Hi guys. Okay, graduating class 2020. I'd like to chat with you. I'll try not to be too long. I can get kind of long-winded, but you know what? I have a message I want to share with you, and it's a good one. And all of you who have not graduated this year and either are going to in the future, well, you might want to stick around. You might want to hear what I got to say. And all the rest of you, you can just carry on. Okay, well, you know what? Actually, I have a graduate in my house. There he is. Yeah, the only difference is he graduated in the year 2000. Now, there was stuff going on in the year 2000 as well. Did you know that? Well, some of you weren't even born yet. Okay, well, what happened in the year 2000? And oh my gosh, I'm not sure if we were bad parents or what, because there was just so much fear going on because we were going into a 21st century, a new millennium. And now I'm not a techie person, so you need to research some of this, but it's really quite interesting. What happened was when they invented the computer, or when all that stuff started coming together, every decade it would be like they had set it up that the computer would read, like instead of 1960, it would just be 60, and then 70, and 80, and 90. And then all of a sudden, they realized they hadn't thought ahead into a new millennium. And all of a sudden, it was like, oh my God, planes are going to fall out of the sky. Our banking systems would be like nil and void, gonzo. Anything that was regulated or that we were using computers for wasn't going to work, because all of a sudden when they turned, they would go to 00. Yeah, it wasn't like 2010 where they could recognize the 10. No. Anyway, it affected a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people stopped doing what they're doing. Bill and I decided to go to London because we've figured we'll just take lots of cash with us. We'll leave lots of cash for the kids, and we're going to go. If we can't get home, well, we'll just have to row our boat. Anyway, so now that is nothing like what you guys are experiencing today. Any of us are experiencing today. And you know, I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you, and hopefully you will sit back and think about it and realize that there's actually some huge opportunities for you right now. If you haven't seen them, then I'm really hoping that my conversation with you will maybe make you say, hey, this is a great idea. Because you got to remember, you know what? Nobody was prepared for this. And things are always horrendous when we're not expecting them, right? Anything. It could be anything. If you're not expecting it, it takes you back and you could kind of lose your train of thought. So I thought, well, I need to share this because I'm very positive about all this. I think you guys have huge opportunities. Huge. You know, it's the old thing. I don't know if any of you have ever heard it. Is like, you know, when I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? You know, que sera, sera, the future, you know, well, whatever it will be. Que sera, sera. I do know the words, but I can't sing. Anyway, all right, so you graduated and you had all kinds of plans and everything has gone for it. Do you know, have you ever just like, and I've said it over in my life, I have said it, and I thought, you know, this could have happened to me. I could have had that success if we all started in the same place, if we all started from the same clean slate, you know, that maybe I would have had an opportunity, or maybe she would have had an opportunity. Do you know what? Things have probably never been more on the same slate. This is the way I'm thinking of it. Okay, we're all in the same storm. I don't care where you are living in the world, we're all in the storm. The only thing is that we're in different boats, okay? There are some people sitting in their yachts making nothing but money off of this thing. Whoa, imagine every time one of these companies get contracted, you know, to do a vaccine or whatever. They're not doing that for nothing. There's a lot of people making a lot of money. All right, so Some people are sitting in a rowboat. Everybody's on board and they're getting by. You know, they're either got a subsidy coming or they're lucky enough they have their jobs. They're an essential service. Mind you, depending on where you're working, right? On whether you consider yourself lucky or not. Okay, but life's okay. You're getting through this. There are a lot of places, restaurants that had to close up and they reinvented themselves. We've got restaurants right here in Vancouver that are doing better than they ever have done before because they reinvented themselves. And that is what I love, is that we, you know, as humans, we have all of that up here to do it. You just have to take pause, calm yourself, watch, and go, oh, I don't have to reinvent myself. I have to invent myself. I have lots of opportunities. And you know what? Probably the people that I think do the best are the ones that are sitting on a piece of driftwood and they don't even have a life jacket on. Those are people that usually will rise to the top and do something incredible. Okay, this might be a little bit early. I've mentioned this to my grandchildren, but they're just starting high school. I'm just figuring out, and I think somebody from the grad class of 2020 can probably think of something or do something with this. All right, so I've got a few ideas. I do have to look, because, you know, I do forget things, right? Okay, this is what I'm thinking. How come we haven't got a superhero yet? We need a new superhero. We need I'm thinking it's a superhero and they've got a syringe in their hands. And yeah, like somebody make a fabulous cartoon and give us a new superhero. Somebody give us a comic book. Somebody tell a story. I'm sure there's lots of you out there that have fabulous imaginations. You know what? Just pull from the truth and then create something. You can give birth to something. What about a book? How about writing something, your emotions and your feelings, and what you were expecting and where you're going and what you're doing? Bestseller right here. You just haven't put pen to paper or the computer, whatever. But you know what? I mean, that would be huge. And it might not happen overnight, but it's something for you to work towards. It's there. Then the other thing, what about you gamers? I mean, I've tried to sit down and figure out how to do coding and stuff. If I can figure out how to do coding, I'm sure you gamers can sit down and get your buddies with you. There needs to be a game. Give it a I don't want to say the name, but you know, you name it, you create it, whatever. There needs to be a new game about all of this that's happening in our new world. It's going to be, this is our new world. This stuff's going to keep happening anyway. So it's not for naught. This is not a seasonal thing that you're going to be creating. This could be a forever thing. Okay. And then the other thing is, okay, so you want to be a chef. You are going to go to the school Cordon Bleu. Oh my gosh. Right? You're devastated. Oh, feel like your life is over? No, it is not. You just need to reinvent yourself. The thoughts, the process. Do you know what? In this time, this calm, let's call it calm, you can't physically go to the school, you can't participate, but could you start a YouTube channel? All those great, obviously, if you're going to go to Cordon Bleu or you're going to one of those fabulous cooking schools, obviously you already know how to do this stuff. You just have to learn how to get better at it. Well, you know what? Why don't you do it on YouTube so we can watch you? And you're going to feed your family at the same time. I mean, imagine your mother would be thrilled, or whoever in the family. Okay, so think about that. You could do this and get a head start, and just think of all the people that you could attract to your channel. You never know who you're going to meet when the timing's right and all of this calms down and you can go to that fabulous cooking school. And what about all you photographers? Any of you, like, you got photography as your passion. Oh, and I can't remember this guy's name. I follow a fellow, he lives in Italy, and he's a photographer, and he's done some unbelievable photography in the last 3 months, because he's taking pictures of places that you can never get great pictures, because it's always full of humans. There's humans everywhere. There's tourists everywhere. And in this calm, as the phases have opened up, But these places are still pretty well empty. And he's been getting the most beautiful pictures. Is there something, if you have a passion for that, is the timing right for you to be capturing something you may not capture when all this settles down? Something to think about. What about you fashion designers, all of you that are going to go to some fabulous design school and learn how to do, give us new fashions, whatever. Don't forget, you got to create something for me. You become all like big and famous. You're going to call me and say, Liedy, I did this for you. Okay, well, all right. So, so I was thinking, somebody needs to design very tastefully, something a little dainty, but something to protect yourself. You know how the guys, what are the, oh, I should know, the little, things you put in men put in their pockets. Somebody should create that, and it should be a mask, right? So you just pull it out and put it on. Or in a lady's pocket, if you're designing. I think pockets need to come back. We don't have enough pockets in outfit. If you're going to be a designer, please, let's go with pockets, because, we got our phones, but now we need those. So could we have a matching one to our dress? Okay, we need to get designer about it, okay? Be creative. There's so many things we still need. Okay, engineers, you're gonna go into engineering. This is what I was thinking of, okay? So one of the things that we've had to learn, but you know what? This is something that has basically, something we should do all the time, because this isn't just now. We should never be outside doing what we do. I'm really bad for sticking my fingers in my mouth. I haven't been anywhere, washed my hands. I'm really bad for that. I would like some engineer to create a bracelet. Could be something like this. And have something in there that when my hand comes up to a certain degrees, I either get a little zap or a little light comes on. So I keep my hand away from my face. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I think there's all kinds of possibilities. You guys, if there was ever a time that you could be the next millionaire, it is now. Because first of all, you got the time. You got the time. It's not like you're racing against anybody. You got the time. There's really not much happening anywhere in the world. So time is on your side right now. Be creative. Do you know what I do? I still do it. I sit back and I'll watch people and I'll go, maybe we shouldn't be touching that elevator button. What could we put on a keychain that's like, really like, it's not huge and whatever, but you could push buttons with it. And, it's like, it should probably be wood, not metal, because, how things are picked up. I don't know. I'm always sitting back and thinking, okay, what can I make? What could I create? What do we need? And you know what? I believe in you guys. I totally believe in you guys. And I wish I'd have had this book when I was your age. I do. I don't think I started reading this book till I was about 38, 39. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. If you only knew how bright you were, how smart you are, and how much control you have over what you do each and every day. You decide. Positive, negative. Can only, you pick one. It's a lot more fun to be positive and say, hey, I have the world by the tail and I'm going to do something with it. You have the power to do that. The power of the subconscious mind. It is all up here. If you think it's all going to go downhill and it's awful, believe me, it will. But it doesn't have to, because you are in control of what you think and what you do. So I don't know if this is going to help you any, but I really hope it does, because I just think there's so many opportunities for you right now. I really, really do. And you know what? I want you to remember where you heard it first. And yeah, subscribe to my channel. I know. You're going, my God, my grandmother's younger than you. What? But you know what? I talk about some pretty cool stuff, some pretty fun stuff. Yeah. And just remember, age is an attitude. I know people that are 40 years old, you'd think they were 80. So you know what? And I can learn from you guys, and I hope you guys can learn something from me. I wish you the best of luck. I really hope that you get creative and love yourself. If you're not loving yourself right now, please do me. If you do anything for me, love yourself, okay? Because you'll make all the right decisions in your life if you love yourself first, and that's not selfish. So guys, not as short as I thought it was going to be, but I'm sure glad you dropped by. And any of you that snuck in, you weren't class 2020, I know who you are. Bye guys.